Hey folks, hope you're doing good today. Hope you're having a good week so far. Now today we're going to check out one of my new favourite one-man bands to listen to. We had him on the channel 2 weeks ago now, although it only seems like yesterday. And man, I was really impressed with this guy's music. He's thinking outside the box. He's not thinking like his peers. He's a young guy and making very mature music for his age. I kept saying it all the way through the video, but man, that was what really struck out to me is this isn't the kind of music you're hearing anymore because it's got an older flavor to it. But it's just different as well. It's new. I really, really enjoyed checking out his music. And the fact that he's a one-man band as well. And if you watch this channel, you know I am all about one-man bands, especially the younger generation as well, because I think the one-man band, younger generation is going to be the future of music. I've talked about it loads. It's these kind of guys that make me say those kind of statements, because I see guys like this and I'm like, Jesus! All of this has come from one person. It really impresses me, and I just think, man, it's so dope. I just really want to G up people like this. He obviously really enjoyed being on the show, and I don't know how he couldn't, because I just waxed lyrical and complimented all the way through the show. And I did insist that he keeps sending over his videos, so obviously listen to that as well. No, he sent it over really soon. I wasn't expecting it to be this soon, and I'm going to say to him next time, if you want to be on the show and kind of do an exclusive sub, I normally like for people to get their money's worth to do 2 tracks in that, and when we've only got one, the video ends up usually less than 10 minutes long. So I'll say next time, if you want to do an exclusive sub, wait till you've got 2 tracks, and then we can get a real nice listen on the show, and I can really talk about your music a lot. But he's got a nice long track for us anyway today at 4 minutes 11. The track is called Omen. He goes by Aviation 8. I really, really can't wait to listen to this one. So here we go. We get to see him this time as well. Yeah. You better hope it's only true. I'm stuck in the mud again. You better hope it sticks like glue. Great. Nice double layering on the vocal as well. Really makes it sound great. Dope. Yeah. A man of boiling point, but you are I love this dude. Every time we check him out more, I just fall more in love with him and what he's doing and how he's thinking and the kind of music he's making, and that it's all a one-man band, and we got to see him playing all the instruments and mixing it in his bedroom. Man, I really, really like this guy, Ethan. I think he's making some seriously cool, stonery, alternative music. He'll like the bands we had on yesterday. I hope he checked out yesterday's alternative show, because that was 4 great bands. Maybe we could put him on with those bands in the future. But yeah, this guy has got so much. I can just see so much and hear so much potential in this guy that I've got no doubt that we're going to just see greatness from this guy as long as he keeps continuing to make music. And I'm sure he will. And the fact that it's all coming from one person as well is just so damn cool, in my opinion. There's a few tips I can give this guy. He hasn't got to where he's going to get to yet. It's his potential that I'm seeing. He likes to have a nice raw sound, and he puts on his page that he's got a raw sound, and I like his raw sound, but I think he can still make his sound better in the guitars. I was looking over at the stereo there, and I was trying to look actually on his DAW if I could see, but I couldn't quite see. It didn't show me the right bit of the screen. How far his guitars were panned out, and I don't think they were panned out very far, maybe 50% at most. I think for this kind of music, because it's so heavy, it's so chunky and like a big fat steamroller of sound coming towards you, you want to pan those guitars out as much as possible. So I'd say pan them out left and right 100%, but even go further than that, I would say record another 2 layers of guitar on top of that, and then pan those maybe 75% each. I do that in my mixes, and you get a real fat chunk of guitar doing it that way, with those 4 layers of guitar, and it really creates a nice outside balance for the track and a width for the maximum width for the track for your ears. And I think it will really fit his music nicely if he does that. And the extra layers of guitar will just bring in that chunk and bring in that raw energy. But what I would also say as well is that raw guitar could probably do with a bit of EQing, just to tame it a little bit, just to take out some of the harsh frequencies, so that it just sounds a bit more kind of complete. At the moment, to me, it just sounds like it's a bit too open-ended in terms of the distortion. If you imagine, it's kind of just going blah at the moment, and it just needs a little bit of taming down to accentuate the good parts of the sound and to kind of dampen down those harsher frequencies that you don't want too much of, but you still want to keep them in the mix. Other than that, I think it sounds great. I really like what he's doing with the vocal on this, keeping a more cleaner, deeper vocal underneath, and then having that raspy, stonery kind of vocal over the top. Really works nicely, creates a nice depth and layer, and it's almost like having a bass guitar for his distorted, gravelly voice as well. Really works well. And again, it's just such mature thinking, outside the box thinking. The way he was doing the accents on the vocal as well, like the and stuff on the end, is just stuff you don't hear from people who've got no idea, or people who haven't got like a natural talent for this kind of stuff. I feel that this guy's got it, man. I'm really, really excited checking out this guy. I'm so pleased that he's got on board with the channel, and that somehow I managed to attract all these nice one-man bands and people with loads of potential who I can see are going to be really great. We've got a bunch of those on the channel now, and almost as house bands, because I always G them up, and they love being on this channel because I just talk about them in a great way. But man, yeah, I'm loving, I get vindicated by these guys when I say stuff like, I think one-man bands are the future of music, which is quite a big statement to say, and a lot of people don't agree with that. But these are the kind of guys that make me definitely think that, no doubt, within my mind. And I cannot wait to, see what the future holds for this kind of stuff. Very, very cool. I love that Ethan's on board with this channel. I think he's a really, really high potential musician, and I cannot wait to I'm so pleased we're on board already, but I cannot wait to just see what comes down the pipe from this guy. Make sure you got a couple of videos before you send it over, unless you're just really keen to be on the show, because I just like to fill out the show. Although today we've only had one video and I've made it to 11 minutes. So maybe you can just send over one video, because these are the kind of bands, these are the kind of artists I could just make an hour-long video talking about it. I would end up repeating myself a whole bunch of times, but it's because I just go around in circles talking about these kind of people. You know, anyway, here we go. That's it for today. I'm not going to keep rabbiting on about how much I love one-man bands and how much I think this guy's got a load of potential. I think I've iterated that enough today. We'll see you next time, Ethan. Keep up the great work. And if you like this kind of stuff, head over to his channel, get on board, and start getting on board with this guy as well. We'll see you around, guys. Cheers. Bye.